Oh, what's up, everybody? How you doing? Hope you're having a great start to your new weekend. We've got, well, let's go over it real quick. What we're doing here today, you can tell by the thumbnail, is we're going to test out this new model, the Essex Model 7, I should say. It's a new old gun. If you've been around it all for a while, if you played Black Ops 4, especially doing the gauntlet challenges on Black Ops 4, this was always, this is where this gun comes from, you know, Call of Duty wise. This was always one of the challenges that you were like, oh man, I know it's coming, and it's coming late, like around 25 or something like that. It's the weakest gun in Black Ops 4, and like I said, you would get it on round 25. The gauntlet, you had to go to round 30 to do it like a very specific challenge every round. And you always got this one late, and it's just super, super, super weak. And so it was always one of those that you just kind of never looked forward to. So anyway, they just brought it back, and I wanted to just give it a shot. And like, is it still that bad? Did they buff it for BO6, or is it kind of like a little throwback? Like, hey, remember this terrible gun? It's back. Just kind of as a little funny thing. And as you can see here, I've got a camo on it and a couple of attachments, so you can tell I've played with it a little bit. I literally played with it for 20 minutes just before this. I started at 5:30. Played until about 5:50, like 10 minutes ago, just to honestly like unlock a couple of things, just so we could get a more complete test going on. So all the optics were already unlocked. I unlocked the everything that I have on it. You can see that I unlocked. So literally just one game. The suppressor, I have a long barrel, weighted handguard, extended mag 1, quick draw lever. I did unlock a stock, but I don't want to put it on. This laser, and I have these the overpressurized bullets, which increase the bullet velocity. Mitchell, what's up? Mark, what's up? How you guys doing today? I think the thing we really want to get to with this, at least for this category here, is the rapid fire, because, oof, like I said, I played with it a little bit. Well, you'll see. And you might notice on my weapon there, I have the little ballerina shoes and Lux and Terminus. So I completed, and I don't know if you guys have done this all this stuff. I put a short video out about it yesterday. In case you had any questions about how to do this, it's super simple. I completed this in 2 games. Now, one of those 2 games was literally going to round 51 and doing the boss fight on Terminus. I had to help this real newbie kid beat it because he couldn't do it himself. But it's very simple. You only need 170 total tokens, and you get a fair amount of tokens. And literally, those 2 games, I got it done. It's double XP mostly, but I got the weapon charm. It's the ballet shoes, which is what I have on there. I have this, the decal, which, again, I put on the weapon. And if you go over here, let me scroll. You get the Essex. So that's the reward. You got the ultimate reward, although ultimate in this case meaning really bad reward. So whatever, I got it. You can do an emote, which I didn't bother putting on, and you get some Phoenix up from doing this whole thing. So anyways, if you're wondering how do you even get the Essex, you have to complete the ballerina event. You have 2 weeks to do it. Again, it took me literally 2 games. So I got the event done. It needs double tap in rapid fire. Unsubbing right now. Just in case everybody was wondering, Mitchell just kind of outed himself as he was the big noob that I had to help yesterday get that Dark Ops challenge done. Other than that, it's all pretty basic stuff. And although I will say, I mean, the gun might be terrible, and like it, you know, in the thumbnail, in the title, does it suck? It kind of sucks. It did earn me a perkaholic. The second perkaholic in the last 6 months that I've gotten. Literally, the second in the last 6 months that I've earned. You can see here at the very top there, top left, I have 3 perkaholics total. I haven't bothered to use them because I don't ever get them. You can see all the other ones. Wonder Bar 21, Timeout 20. I don't think I've ever used a Timeout. Hidden Power 14, Raindrops 27. 3 perkaholics. Anyway, so we're going to jump in and we're going to do that. Any questions before we get started? I don't know what we're going to actually do with this other than just kind of test it out, play it a little bit, play with it a little bit. Like, I don't know, like Easter eggs and all that kind of stuff, but we're just going to jump in. Mohammed, what's up, man? Good to see you again. She looks nice for an AI. The future is looking decent. Well, Anna de Armas is quite pretty, so yeah. I mean, they made her look good. I mean, not as good as she looks in real life, but at least she looks good in the game. I was also playing horribly, and my quick revive broke, and so I just couldn't use gobblegums. But I didn't go down, even though I couldn't use gobblegums. That's weird. Why is friendship? Oh, I wanted to kind of... I left it up there to kind of put it to rest now that we have it. I miss the friendship ended streams, dude. Trust me, I do too. And on that note, now that two of you have mentioned it, it's time to remove that. It was fun while it lasted. Have you guys, all of you, done this Dark Ops now? That we know what it is, and it literally takes 2 minutes to do. 5 days. I'm still happy about hunting for it because I had a lot of fun hunting for it. But it literally takes 2 minutes to do once you know what to do. And I'm completely okay with that part of it. The part that I don't like, and there is a part that I don't like, is it's quite literally just it's a side Easter egg from that map that they tagged one little thing onto. And as we were discussing during those streams, the Friendship Ended streams, going off of the calling card itself, it's got nothing to do with that calling card. Maya's on there for whatever reason, doesn't matter. Doppelganger on there for whatever reason, doesn't matter. And we talked about this. I was like, no, there's no way because, you know, the of Legend one is that calling card is you got the 4 swords on there. You have to use a sword for the boss fight only. So it's 100% related to that calling card, that challenge, right? The Prey, Apex Prey, it's the Z-Rex. You have to get on the Z-Rex back and, you know, stab it with, you know, the final blow has to be with a melee. It's 100% has to do with the picture in the calling card. So this one is 100% going to be something with, I didn't think Maya necessarily because I didn't think they would do a specific character only Dark Ops challenge. But I was like 100% certain that it was going to be with a Doppelgast. And I was also like 90% certain it would have something to do with Brain Rot. And it had nothing to do with either one of those. So... yeah, it was a bit of a bummer. I kind of hate the whole Dookie steps. I did every Dark Ops except 115 Grief and a million kills. Exactly the same for me as well, Mohammed. Grief is toxic, but when you get trashy teammates... Well, so they announced today, it's something else I wanted to just touch on real quick. Well, so anyways, let's put Friendship Ended to rest. There it goes. It's gone. Bye-bye. Just quickly before we jump into this game, Treyarch posted today because we kept asking, like, what's going on, like, any updates for zombies kind of stuff whatsoever. And they basically, you know, like, hey, we are aware that Grief kind of sucks at the moment. Well, actually, no, they didn't say that. They're aware that they want things to change in Grief. And they're going to. They're working on it. An update is coming. I don't remember the exact quote, but it's pretty much along those lines. And an update is coming. They're like, you know, we want basically games to top out at around 30 minutes. Top out at, meaning like that's as far as we really want it to go. They're like, we're seeing games going in an hour, 2 hours even sometimes. Like, that's too much. And my whole thing, I told you guys, I think Grief should be like a hardpoint match in multiplayer. Somewhere between 12 and 20 minutes. I mean, I don't think hardpoint can even go 20 minutes, but... somewhere in that area where it should be fairly rapid fire, like it's just not going to take forever. And I did start playing over the weekend, maybe Sunday night or Monday or something like that. I can't remember. Play with a friend of mine. Sometimes it was kind of fun. Sometimes like you get decent teammates and it's a decent time. Other times it's like this is no fun whatsoever. Half your team quits. The 3/4 of the other team quits. It's just like, whatever. Like, at this point, I just kind of, which is not the way it should be. Like, I just want to get my wins, my Dark Ops Challenge 115 wins, but I shouldn't want just to get my wins. I should want to actually play the game and have fun, and that's just kind of not where it is at the moment. So, anyways, they are working on it, but we'll see what actually comes of it. I called it nothing to do with the quote inside Easter egg relevant. Yeah, I mean, it was ridiculous. Place Tombstone Jiggles, Friendship Ended was discovered. Yeah. Snow is cool. Last, they should make it where if you get to around 50 or something, you get a guaranteed perkaholic. I agree with that, Mark, by the way. But a lot more high round stuff would happen. Actually, you just made me think of something. They're trying. One of the other things they're trying to do is like you capture zones, you know, in Grief, and they want to make those rewards like much more impactful. Whereas, like I played a match the other day when we literally, my team won every single zone for the first. We went like 30 rounds or something like this until one of my teammates just timed out, lagged out, quit. I'm not sure, but he was gone. And then even with just the three of us, we still kept winning it. And then my other teammate just disappeared. And then my friend who I was actually playing with just went mute all of a sudden. Like I literally, he muted it. I don't know if his girlfriend came over or something or what, but or he was on the phone with her or whatever. But he just went mute, and it was just me like sitting there by myself, like doing nothing. But the whole point is, with us capturing every zone, it basically didn't affect the game whatsoever. Like it didn't knock any of them out of the game. Also, I don't think people play enough to like try to lure zombies into the enemy team to try to get them down. They're constantly just trying to get kills to get points and, you know, more score streaks and all that kind of stuff. That's another thing, is they're going to reduce salvage drops. So Fusion, what's up, man? Good to see you. 30 minutes seems fair when they do a tiebreaker. That would be cool too. Like just do a crazy like super waves at that point. I'd be all right with that. Why did they remove the 2,000 COD point gobble gum pack? Because they added. I didn't know they removed it. I actually want to check that. I thought they didn't. They put another one in. No, the Wonder Pack. And you get 3 of each. They didn't remove it. What happened is they added another Gobblegum pack where you only get like 2 of the epic ones, of the ultra ones, and it costs more than this one, I think, too. I saw Charlie Intel posting about it. Is it this one? Power? No. This one? I can't remember. You get 1 of each for 1,100 here. You get 3 of each for 2,000. So, anyways, all right, let's jump in. We can continue talking about all these things, but I'm sure you guys would rather just see some gameplay rather than me simply yapping the entire time. So we're testing out the model, the Essex Model 7 is all we're really doing today. It's kind of just a hang because there's nothing to really grind for at the moment. I mean, we can grind out Grief wins, but I think it's going to be like a weekend game mode I play with you guys. I would like to start doing that anyway. That would be kind of fun, I think. But yeah, it's just I'm so bummed. Like, dude, I'm so bummed that the friendship ended wasn't cooler. I mean, it's kind of nice in a way. Like if you don't have very many Dark Ops challenges, you're just trying to get 15 of them maybe to like complete mastery. Like it's the easiest one. I mean, I guess going down with the perkaholic in 10 seconds might be easier, but
Rapid response team Alpha, Security Chief Blanchard.
I mean, it's so very simple to do. And I've never used this site before, so I don't know if I'm gonna like this or not.
Left to say. Body cam's live. I'll keep eyes on.
So right off the, I mean, it's round 1, right? It should be a one-hit kill. This is a marksman rifle, is where it's classed. There's the Anna de Armas coins. And again, I've already got everything unlocked. That's how we're using the Essex. You get it through the ballerina event, or the Anna event, as I call it. This is. Oh, and I'm also, by the way, I'm using the. I unlocked in the battle pass the this new skin. You can see here for the warden. So I just decided to throw it on.
We've got 3 Janus Science personnel missing. Their knowledge is critical to mission success, and we take care of our own.
There's the ballet shoes and the little Lux and Tenebris little decal thing for the gun for doing the event as well. I don't know how I feel about this sight. I kind of don't like it. The iron sight's not bad, but it's not good either. No, we don't want that. All right, let me show you how, like, as fast as you possibly can fire it right off the bat, right? So you got that shot. That's just literally as fast as you can fire. It's not that bad. Like, it's not a horrifically slow fire rate, but it's not quick either. The Essex is mad. The damage and recoil is great, but needs more speed to shoot. That makes it look so modern. Yeah, I kind of don't like it. All right, Mohammed, man. Ah, Zork. I don't know Zork. So why does it sound familiar? Anyways, have a great night, man. Appreciate you dropping by. We'll see you again soon at some point. Look at this. Can you let me pick it up? Can I ask you guys something real quick? Because I just got a brand new controller, right? And I didn't throw it away, but I set it to the side. And if I tested, like if I go into my accessories on Xbox and, you know, test like when I activate each individual button and press the sticks and do whatever, everything's completely fine. Trying to interact with anything in this game is really, really, really touchy, man. It's like sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Like you just saw me there. I was actively trying to pick up that the Ethereum crystal there like 3 times before I had to loop around and then actually picked up. But it's not just that. Like there's a ton of stuff like that, man. It's just really kind of nuts. Sweaters, I've been subbed. I was wondering, can I get one back? You wanted to do sub for sub, man? Are you kidding me? Dude, head over to Reddit and try it over there. So obviously we're going to be a lot stronger. Let's see about if we can get like a faster fire rate here. So I'm just going to fire as fast as possible. See what happens. 1, 2. It's basically the exact same. The fire rate is the same. Obviously we're going to do a ton more damage. I almost shouldn't have picked it up. But like I said, I did play one match with this beforehand, so I got a feel for it. This will still one hit, like around 4. I don't know about 5. It's getting like a little bit iffy there. With headshots, of course. Its power is not so bad, but it really kind of drops off. Like you have to definitely put the suppressor on it to get salvage to keep the rarity level up, because I exfilled on round 16 and dude, it was a struggle. I mean, it's just taking some time to get kills, man. Taking like quite a lot of time. The fire rate is, like I said, it's fairly slow. You're trying to deal with a horde. It's like the bullet penetration is okay.
Destiny.
All right, this is destiny.
Insta-kill.
Anyway, it's not the best thing. It's not BO4 bad. I will say that. Although, in fairness, I don't know that I ever pack-a-punched it on BO4. I mean, I feel like I must have at some point for some reason. But I honestly don't remember.
Watch your 6. There's gotta
Or
be
even
more
for like
players
doing
out
the why did I just forget what it's called?
Sentence begins.
I just mentioned it at in the intro. The get to round 30, the gauntlet challenge. Jeez.
Max ammo.
Maybe you pack a punch for that. I honestly don't remember. I just remember like how terrible. I'm like, oh my god, you're on Voyage of Despair doing that, and like it's round 25, and you're like, oh, or 30 or 29 or whatever it was. Was that the final one on Voyage? I can't remember, but it was like late, and you're just going like, oh my god. Then you just got to stay alive and run around and just do as much damage like as possible. Shoot, run, shoot, run, shoot, run. Like in the whole dining area, the first class dining, just kind of looping them around where that other perk is. I don't remember which perk it is. Like is it Zeus? I don't remember. No, it's not Zeus. That's in below that, right? Anyway, it wasn't awesome. It definitely wasn't awesome. But getting the free pack-a-punch was really nice, man. I think it's delayed because it's all online and not local. I think around 27. With Deadshot. Yeah, I'm sure it's going to be much better with Deadshot. But it's not like when you know, I was expecting maybe it would turn explosive, like the was it the L62 or 26 or whatever that sniper is, or some kind of really nice effect. But instead, it's just a stronger version. I mean, it's pretty simple and straightforward as far as that goes. It's kind of nice in a way, I guess, but it's just a stronger version. There is no special thing added to it. It just is what it is. Yeah. I mean, there's really not much to it. It just kind of sucks. I do kind of like the new calling card. I wish that... I mean, I don't know if I care that it would be animated, but... I don't know. They only had 4 new calling cards to make. And they couldn't come up with something. You know what I mean? Like, something that relates in some kind of a way. Or animate them, or like the other one, even like of Legend, you know, it's just got the 4 swords, which, I mean, that one at least makes sense, but it's not really cool looking. This one I think is actually at least good looking, the Friendship Ended one. I mean, I know that's purely subjective, talking about how things look. It has better hip fire than BO4s? Is that what you're talking about? I mean, it's okay. It goes where you're pointing, I'll give it that. Like, bullets aren't just kind of flying off into any which direction, so that's nice. But the fire rate is still really slow at the hip. Yeah, I mean, I'm just not seeing anything. Hip fire from far away on elites. Okay, we'll give it a shot. I don't know why we would do that already. Grief calling card should be to complete 115 matches. Honestly, I would prefer that than winning 115 matches, but I mean, it is what it is. Honestly, if they just made Grief fun to play, getting to 115 wins wouldn't be an issue. Like, it might take a little bit of time, but you'd have fun doing it, so who cares? Like, you'll get it eventually. Like, kind of with a million kills, like, I know I'm going to get it. I just know it's going to take a while. Okay, that's... Yeah, the hip fire real slow. Even with this suppressor, we're not getting... Well, no, I guess we're doing all right with the salvage drops. I really wouldn't be about the gun, I don't think. They just changed the drop rate, but we're doing all right. I want to go for more headshots, though. Why is it so great hip fire on Elite? I'm curious. Curious to see what it does to an Elite. You know, like I said, I played through one match with it, and I got to I killed 2 abominations, and it wasn't bad. I mean, you know, it wasn't like a one shot that popped the skull, but it got it done in a like fairly decent order. Not quick, but it didn't take that long either. So it wasn't bad as far as that goes. I was actually kind of impressed, considering what it's doing against regular zombies at that point. Like, it just wasn't that great, you know what I mean? But against the abomination, it did pretty good.
What is this?
It's pinpoint accurate after that. Like I said, yeah, it's good. It goes where it's pointing. But why? What's so special about doing that with an Elite? Like, well, I mean, we'll find out, but I don't know. Like, just that it's accurate. It's accurate without it being elite.
Wow! Feed the rest of the inmates.
Oh, wow. Feed the rest of the inmates? That's what he thought of the flavor of the speech cola.
Knockdown. Max armor.
Did you guys complete the ballerina event? Like I said, it really doesn't take very much time at all. They kind of just really, I mean, what's been the best event so far this year? Like if they had time, or well, not that they didn't have time, but if they had put thought and effort into it, I mean, if they had done something cool, they could have done something really cool. With Squid Game, they could have made a zombies map out of, like, you know, the place where they stay, the whatever, the barracks where they live, the contestants live. You know, you got that place with all the stairs and everything going up through there, like, and the like the arenas where the challenges take place. I mean, how awesome would that have been? And instead, we got like a half-ass multiplayer, like red light, green light.
Bonus points.
I mean, that was kind of it. Kind of a bummer. They all blend together. Yeah, I mean, well, that's the kind of the thing, is they've all been kind of just, I mean, whatever. There's not really anything to them all.
We need to hit the exit button. We're ready.
We're getting these things like you collect tokens for the ballerina thing, like, because it's a token, because you use tokens in the John Wick movie, like at the hotel. Like, okay. But that's it. Like, there's no other thought put into it other than that. So it's just kind of a whatever. I mean, all it really is just they're desperately trying to get you to buy the Ana de Armas bundle. I just wish they would put some care into these things rather than, like, you want to buy the Squid Game character because you like Squid Game, right? You want to buy Ana de Armas character because she's pretty, right? I just wish there was more to it than that. Like, these things could be fun. Like, they could be... Actually, you know what? Oh, man. I got, like, super locked on. I'm actually going to go pack punch this because I don't need that many more kills with this to get it to Afterlife camo. So I'm going to bop this fool in the head.
At last, the day has arrived.
Where are you? Oh, that... Dude, I'm so used to playing as Maya with Mr. Peaks. When the warden started talking there, I thought it was the Mangler, and I'm like looking for the Mangler. That's why I was going around in a circle. I was looking for the Mangler to hit him with with my bow staff here, and I'm like, where is he? Oh wait, that's me talking. Oh, okay. I don't want to be in the church here today. There we go.
Max ammo.
I mean, they sound exactly the same. Yeah, this thing's just, honestly, it's not fun to use.
Kid.
I wonder... Do you think any particular AAT would be, like, just incredible on it? I mean, Deadwire is the kind of the first thought always. We use Deadwire too much. Oh, by the way, when I was playing yesterday with Mitchell doing the round 51 boss, I didn't even notice it. He noticed it because I had I've unlocked all the augments for Shatterblast, even though you can't get Shatterblast yet. It's coming up in a different event very soon. But with Elemental Pop on, it activates. It can activate from time to time Shatterblast. And it went off. I was like, oh shit. Alright, cool. Ow. And just in case you didn't know, you can research augments for it. So if you haven't done that, do that now. Like, start researching them. Just next time you play. Again, you're not going to be able to like buy Shatterblast from the arsenal here. I think it's next week. A different event is starting, and we have to unlock it in that event. But yeah, you can unlock all the. You can research all the augments at least, so when it comes out, you'll be ready to go, and you can use whichever of those augments that you like. I'm gonna have to upgrade this rarity because this is weak as shit. Kind of hoping to get away with it. I don't think it's really gonna happen. Bow stuff, not Essex. I'm confused.
You belong to me.
Pick up the mangler cannon for the moment. Okay, next round we should get our first elite and see what the hipfire does to it. I don't know. Curious.
The guilty must be punished.
Do you guys think, now that we've got this, it's also very curious, right? So in BO6, we've got this map, obviously. It's in that town in West Virginia, Liberty Falls, West Virginia. Right next to Green Run. Transit, you know, Green Run. Then we've got the mansion map, which is like up there. And then we've got, of course, Janus Towers going to be our last map right over there. So we've got 3 maps in this town, basically. And the transit Green Run would be like due west of here. Do you guys think, since we're getting a Black Ops 2 sequel, COD 2025, which, by the way, we might be getting some kind of reveal on Sunday with the Xbox Next or whatever the hell event that's called. There was Summer Games Fest today, which obviously we didn't get any kind of announcement yet. I mean, Xbox owns Call of Duty. They're going to make the announcement. It's not going to be somebody else's platform that makes the announcement. So it's just Outer Worlds 2 is like the big thing that they're, you know, like last year, Black Ops 6 was the kind of main event. So they did like a half-hour unveiling all these other games. And then they, for another half hour after that, they just did it for Call of Duty, all about Black Ops 6. But this year, it's going to be the second half hour, like the main part of the show, getting its own half hour, or it might be longer this year, who knows, might be shorter, is Outer Worlds 2. It's not Call of Duty, so I'm curious if they're going to announce it at the beginning of the show or not, because it's just their most profitable property, and they just spent $69 billion on it. So you would think that they would kind of have it as a standalone thing. So I'm not sure it's actually going to be revealed this weekend. The last 2 years it's been on this weekend, but maybe not this year. We'll see. See, we're already to the point where we're not fully one-shotting, like unless we really nail that shot. So, yeah, if they don't announce it at their own event, that would be dumb. Yeah, there's no way it's not going to be their own. Well, you mean like Call of Duty's own event or like Xbox's own event? Because this Sunday is the Xbox showcase. I don't know, whatever they call it. I don't know. So I wouldn't be surprised if they did. Well, I wouldn't be shocked if they did. I might be a little bit surprised. Because, like I said, it's just, it cost them so much money, and they obviously they're trying to make their money back ASAP, obviously. We can see from the amount of bundles and the things they've done since they took over the game. Okay, here we got this dude. Hipfire, there goes his face. There goes his other face. I think I just get his third face. Oh, we're stuck.
This is eternity.
I mean, it's cool that you don't have to aim. I mean, it doesn't make it any stronger, though.
I'm good.
It's dead accurate. That's great when you're hip firing. And this laser I have on is not the hipfire laser. It's the hipfire 2 ADS laser. This is the only one I have unlocked at the moment. I don't even know what it's called. So that's good. Alright. Xbox because it's a large title. I guess it depends how ready they are, though. Well, you would think... Well, I don't know. I'm going to take that back because it's always... Well, not always, but these days it's always unclear like how much each studio actually has to do with the development of that particular title. Because going to last year, you know, with MW3, that was a Sledgehammer game. But, you know, Modern Warfare game is obviously... Infinity Ward IP. They had something to do with it. But also, Treyarch developed what we had for zombies at the beginning of the year, and then passed it off to, well, that ended up being a fiasco. But Sledgehammer didn't really have anything to do with the zombies aspect until much later during the game's life cycle. How much did Infinity Ward have to do with the development of the actual game itself? I'm going to guess kind of not much. Though certainly there would have been some. Then there's all of the other studios like High Moon, Raven, of course. You guys know all of these. There's like 15 different, you know, sub-studios, little studios that get used. But speaking of, like, you know, Xbox and how much they paid for this, they also had huge layoffs during MW3. Right when Treyarch passed off Zombies development for that game to High Moon, which is already a very, very, very small studio. They got half their staff laid off. That's why High Moon never actually took over Zombies last year. It was eventually begrudgingly passed over to Sledgehammer. They didn't want it. Like, nobody wanted it. It's kind of shitty for us as Zombies players. Like, are we really always going to be last? Whatever. This year's been pretty good, though. I don't really have...
Max armor.
Do I have any complaints about that? I mean, a little bit, I suppose, but not too many. Isn't the Essex Model 7 from Black Ops 4 Zombies? Oh, I don't know how to say it. Is that an Irish name? It's going to be like Sane or something like a Sean, but it's spelled very like Saoirse. Yes, it is. Essex was from Black Ops 4, and it was terrible. And it's better here in this game, though it's certainly not good. A very slow fire rate. It's reasonably strong. I wouldn't. It's certainly not amazing. The mobility with it is pretty good. The hip fire is dead accurate, which is very nice. It's the kind of gun you're going to use to get your camos done, and you'll never pick it up. Like, if this was an old Zombies game, anything before Cold War, before loadouts, you would, if this came up in the mystery box, you would just let it pass. you would not pick it up. You just let it go. Like, ah, man, I got the fucking Essex again. And then you would wait and spin again.
Double points.
Let's go do a SAM trial. Why not?
Your life sentence
Before we go.
begins.
Aim down sight time is good. But since you have that only that one shot, you know, you got these zombies running at you, their heads kind of swaying, bobbing side to side as they run. It can be, once they start getting a little bit close, it's definitely a challenge to actually hit them. Dude, I've got to upgrade this. Because I want to finish it this game. Because there's nothing special that we need to see as far as the Essex on Manglers. I mean, I don't think. Like, you guys tell me if you want to see something. Oh, we've already taken out a couple of them with it. It just doesn't do anything special. The first abomination that we got, 3 shots. No, it took 4 shots. One, I think I missed a little bit on that 3rd shot, but we took out the abomination in 4 shots, which was nice. We were single pat, like blue rarity, I think, at that point. Around 14-1. So that was good.
Insta-kill.
Oh, I should be using... Hang on. Weapon. XP. Okay. Olympia class. I want to see how it does round 55. Well, you should hop on and play until round 55. Because I'm not going to waste my time going around 55.
You have been selected to dominate.
That is for damn sure.
Do try not to bore me.
Come on, little zombies. You guys going to see any movies this weekend and do anything fun? I want to see the new Mission Impossible. I want to see Sinners still. Was there something else? Something that just came out this weekend?
I have added a note to your file to say you don't suck.
We should probably go get a quick revive now I'm thinking about it.
Expectations were low, and yet you have met them.
See, like if we had good penetration damage, like we would have completed this no problem, and we just don't. It's all right, but the fire rate is just not awesome. I don't bother with that. I mean, there's no reason why a particular ammo mod would be good on one gun that's not good on a different gun, so I think we're just gonna skip that at the moment, at least.
Tear them to pieces.
And I want to get the gun, the kills with the gun itself, not have the ammo mod go off and then gets the kills. I'm really looking forward to having Shatterblast full time. That was my favorite ammo mod in Cold War by far. And if you were doing high rounds, man, like you just get a little horde together. You know, you'd have a couple of maybe 2 or 3 weapons if you had, you know, put on Mule Kick, and have like one with dead wire, have one with shatter blast, have one with brain rot or something, and you just kind of cycle through so they're kind of always ready to go. Like you always have an ammo mod ready to go off. And shatter blast, dude, just take out an entire horde in one go. It's just awesome. I love it, man. And just the effect of it going off too is just like, it was very satisfying. It was very satisfying. Are we gonna get any other perks at the moment? I don't think so. Let's go see if we can get something for free. We got a brownie. Still strong with that. That's nice. Popping an abomination skull. One shot. Oh. Got too deep into that corner. Oof, that fire rate though. Okay, maybe not. That was 2 shots and I didn't pop his skull. That was directly into his mouth too. Oh, that popped them both? He had 2 heads still. He's pretty low health for having 2 heads, but... okay. Anyway. Did any of you guys watch Codename Pizza's marathon thing that he did? He ran like a... well, kind of walked a marathon while playing zombies last night. Well... last night in the U.S. He started at like 2 a.m. my time. So I saw like a little tiny bit of it. Dude, you guys ever try to play a video game while standing up? It makes me dizzy as hell. Like I'm gonna like 100% gonna follow if I tried to do that. I wouldn't be able to do it. I start like kind of, I think moving like or expecting to move with the character on screen. I don't know, something. And I just kind of like swaying or something. I don't know. It's not good for me. Like I've done it standing up a couple of times. Like I said, it's just not beneficial for me to do that. Missed out on it, but it was over 6 hours. Yeah, I mean that's still pretty quick, dude. Like being able to focus, like you know, the winners of like the Boston Marathons, like that's 2 hours, right? You know, granted he's on a treadmill; it's not the regular ground, and whatever, blah blah blah. But it's still, I don't think I could go 26 miles. I mean, I go walk around my neighborhood for like four miles to get my like 10,000 steps in, and I'll be like sweating a little bit. All right, I'm done. I need a shower. That's 6 times as much. I didn't see all the games he played though. Like I know he was on BO6, but in the title it was like everything. But I don't think he actually played anything else other than BO6. Anyway, kind of cool thing. He was raising money for charity, so neat thing to do. Don't expect me to do anything like that. I just try to get by my winning personality, which is why there's only 6 of you here. Your thoughts on Exo Zombies? A terrible game that should have been very fun. Exo Zombies, if you get an exo suit, it should be a lot of fun. Like, it should be a lot of fun. And Sledgehammer, just as their general approach to zombies seems to always be, you know, over from that or World War II, they just always are trying to punish you rather than reward you. You know, like having a bar set here, and then if you do well, you know, you go up and have a bit more fun, or it's faster, or you know, it's more enjoyable somehow. And instead, they're always adding in these extra things. Now, granted, when it came to Exo Zombies, I really think they had no idea what the hell they were doing. It's like somebody had told them, you know, like one time what zombies Easter eggs are, and they're like, so you just hide things in, put hidden things in there, and they do it. Like, okay, like the whole you got to play S&D on Carrier, on Outbreak. You have to rescue the hostages. If not, like entire portions of the map will be shut down to you. No. Like I said, I think it should be fun and not always trying to punish you for doing not even anything wrong. Kind of like doing because you don't need to have the survivors. Like they don't really do anything. Like not integral to the story or to the completion of, you know, Easter eggs. So it's just entirely separate thing that they, if you don't do, they punish you for not doing. And I just never dug that at all. Wasn't not my thing. I mean, I go back from time to time. Like I don't mind doing Outbreak. That's the first map. I'm not talking about Cold War. Obviously, I'm talking about Exo Zombies. The first map was called Outbreak. And I go back and do an Infection from time to time, aka Burger Town, just because it has that like name recognition to it. But Carrier, I think, is a miserable experience, and Descent is actually not that bad, except for the jumping step. That's kind of miserable. Other than that, though, in fairness, that's not a bad map. The incorporating of all the, I don't know, if there was just a way to train, like, your movement so you could get better at it rather than, like, hey, hop in and do it. If you don't, that's too bad. So if there was, like, a training area to get better at the movement. Because I haven't played you know, I don't play Advanced Warfare quite often, you know what I mean? I actually really enjoy it as far as multiplayer goes. But it's not like I'm playing it all the time anymore. So getting the movement down and, you know, the precise movements for that jumping challenge is really... It's the one where there's, like, you've got to... Like, you start off down low and it's on a very small platform and they get wider and wider and you have to, like, jump, like, up like this. And you've got to have your movement down or you are not going to get past it. And I just don't have the patience to even bother with it anymore. What's up, CJ? Coming in here and hear Infection? Oh, yeah.
Need to shut down that pickup offer for now, team.
Just haven't upgraded your weapon so many times. It's a pain for me. Well, there's another thing, too, is you pack a punch your gun 20 times, and then, you know, after you... Well, at least on Infection, after you completed the Easter egg, you do it 5 more times. It's one of the problems I have with Black Ops 6, for that matter, is the weapon rarity you have to really be on top of at all times, and keeping up with your pack-a-punch, you know, upgrades. Or you're just not going to be able to, like, you're just not going to have a good time. You can do things, but you're not going to have a good time. And it ends up being a chore rather than being fun. You know, I hate to always go back to this stuff, but it's a legit point. You know, in BO3 or BO2, whatever, like, your gun was okay until round 10, as is, at least. And then you pack-a-punched it, and that was it. I mean, on BO3, you could put an ammo mod on for the first time, which made your, and depending on which one you had, I mean, Fireworks was just an incredible ammo mod. But even without an ammo mod on it, you were good to go. And in this game, you're just not, man. And you know, I know they had the same system in Cold War, but it wasn't as bad, and I still didn't like it then. And now with, you know, having done the super Easter egg for that game, I start every game on purple rarity anyway, and I literally never ever think about getting it up to legendary because who cares? And I'm so much happier for it that I don't have to think about it because it's not something that I find enjoyable. Just grinding for the sake of grinding, like pretty much. I was talking about this with my friend the other day when we were going through one of these Easter eggs. I don't remember what it was, but it's like in this game, you're almost always boss fight ready. Like you've completed the Easter egg steps, and it's like, okay, we got to go like just 5 to 12 more rounds now though, because we need to upgrade our weapons before we go into the boss. It's like, I don't think that's fun. I think you should be at a level when you like complete the Easter egg steps. For the most part, we're talking here. That you should basically be ready for the boss fight as well. Not be like, okay, now we just have to grind for 7 to 10 rounds and we'll be good. That's... I don't know. I don't enjoy that part of it. But like, pretty... Like, Citadel, 100% is like that. Especially with the nerf now to the drill charge. Which was definitely broken and it needed to be nerfed a bit, but I still miss it. It was fun. There was a point in Zombies where you pack a punch, got your perks. Like now I have all these points, and then Exo Zombies didn't spend so much. Yeah, it's the same thing that I was saying with this. Is like I didn't enjoy it in that game because you constantly had to keep upgrading, or else you just weren't going to have a good time in the game. And that feeling of always being behind, it doesn't make for a pleasurable experience. Now, I know that it is difficult to get the balance, you know, right. But they've had it right. Call of Duty has had it right in the past. Treyarch specifically has had it right in the past. IW Zombies, I think, is the second best Zombies game ever, by the way. I think they kind of crushed it. So it was good back then, but you guys know, like, they always have to change things. They're not innovating, but they have to change every year, because if they don't change enough things, and it really is kind of like things, then you might, as the consumer, might go, well, why am I buying the new one? Why I could just keep playing the old one? It's basically the same. If things don't seem different enough, and I'm using these words very specifically, like seems different enough. So tell me, like, why is the loadout situation in this game, BO6, better than Cold War, where you could have like 10 different loadouts and you could choose between them? Why do you only have one loadout that you can preset now? I'm talking about. So anytime you want to change something, you have to go through it literally and change everything. If you know, rather than having a preset one that you just grab. So I don't have my SMG class, my AR class, my whatever class, but this class, that class, that class. Why is it better to just have one loadout now? It's not. They just had to make it different. Because if it doesn't seem different enough, you might not buy it. So if IW has the second best mode, is BO3 your first? Yeah, BO3 is number one for sure. And it's not that I don't like it, it's not that I don't really love, actually, a lot. I mean, BO2 Origins is my favorite map of all time. I think Mob of the Dead is great. I think, you know, plenty of Black Ops 4 stuff is great. I just really think IW crushed it, especially for their first attempt. And we're not talking with the I just want to get rid of this guy. What's the mode with the cryptids? Infection? Was it called Infection? Extinction. That doesn't count because that's not zombie. Even though Beast from Beyond had cryptids the first couple of rounds. But IW did great boss fights. I love what they did as far as like the story goes. There's plenty of story. That game was not lacking in story. The people that think there was no story to it just didn't bother to seek it out. Story used to be a lot harder to find in these games, to, including Treyarch games with the radios and everything that you had to listen to. And just doing it solo is just such a nightmare. By the way, this is here where you're seeing like the Essex kind of sucks because we've been grinding round 22 here for a minute, and it's like it's kind of painful. But we're unlocking all these other things too, so we might be unlocking some stuff that will. I don't know. Maybe there's a secret attachment that we can put on that will all of a sudden make this a much better class. I doubt it. Mode? Is there gonna be some kind of? Is there some kind of explosive tipped whatever we can put on this? Because that would be nice. All right, let's go triple pep this thing. I don't normally do it this way. Like, we're only on round 22. Normally, I would just, like, get some other perks. I don't know. I might, like, just try to finish this off. Actually, you know something? No, it's just the Essex. You guys don't have to see me do my camo grind for the bow staff. That's something... That right there has driven me nuts all year long, by the way. Meleeing those stupid crystals is so hit and miss. It's insane. And it really, 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 really drives me nuts. It's one of my biggest pet peeves in this whole game. There's little things like that that just... I mean, I like this game. Don't get me wrong. I think Shattered Vale is a really good map. I like Shattered Vale a lot. I like Terminus a lot. I think Citadel is just fine. And I think this for a... basically a bonus map is... You know, it's not bad. It's no Giants, but it's not bad. I agree. So you would say you like the direction zombies is going right now for MW3 is night and day difference. Well, the whole thing with MW3, because I liked MW3 zombies. I had a good time with it. I just wish that, you know, the whole thing with that, they've been kind of flirting around the edges with this outbreak system, you know, from Cold War, and oops. Let me just get this hit on him. I have one hit away from that. Let me just do it, please, real quick. Okay, 2 hits. 3 hits? Okay. And like Cold War, I think was a good first attempt, but ultimately the mode was just boring. And they needed to do something basically to fill in the in-between times. And I think they kind of did that with MW3 zombies. Now, I'm not saying ever that I wanted to replace round-based zombies as a... Basically, you can think of it as like an alternate mode, like a down year, when normally it would be like Sledgehammer's turn, and they wouldn't do zombies anymore. If we got something like MW3 zombies again, I would love it. I just want them to fully execute the full year, like they did with DMZ, and not just give us the beginning. We have the 3 acts with all the missions. If they had just kept that going the entire year, I'd have been very happy. I would have been perfectly happy. Again, it's not as good as round-based zombies to me, but we're not going to get 6 to 8 round-based zombie maps every year. It's just not going to happen. So if we could get something like that, you know, kind of on the off years, quote-unquote off years, I'd be perfectly happy with that. And the whole time limit thing, like, I'm okay with all those things, man. They needed to, like I said, they needed to find a way to speed up Outbreak and to make it less boring. And I think doing, like, having that time limit was a way to go about that. Did it have to be 45 minutes? I don't know. Could they have changed it to an hour and a half, something? I mean, maybe. But, you know, you basically had an hour if you were going to do, you know, the final exfil, or if you went to do one of the exfil, you know, like where the bosses are. It's one of those exfils. So, it has its pluses and minuses. It wasn't perfect, but I think for kind of an alternate game mode for a one-off, or, you know, potentially to try again, I was perfectly happy with it. I really didn't have... Other than them not updating it throughout the year. That was the biggest problem to me. But again, if you guys don't know the story, Treyarch did the entire beginning of MW3 Zombies. All that story those cutscenes, all that kind of stuff was. And I don't know if it was like physically done by Treyarch, but it was 100% dictated by Treyarch. This is the story. This is how it's going to go. The first 3 acts, and then they were like, "Okay, now it's your turn because we have to put out our game BO6 later this year." And the thing that still baffles me is that somehow Activision / Sledgehammer / whoever was in charge of being in charge of this stuff, I don't know, was like confused. Like, what do you mean they're not continuing? They seem fully unprepared for Treyarch to like not work on MW3 Zombies anymore. Which, what were they going to do? Again, they had BO6 coming out later the same year. So of course they were never going to be there. Like we saw with Vanguard, they got given Vanguard 5 months out while they were still working on Cold War, and you saw what we got in Vanguard. They didn't have time to put into it. Like they were trying to put out their own game. So what was going to happen? Well, exactly what did happen, and it was a nightmare. It sucked. Vanguard, I'm talking about now. Anyway, so. But it's just a zombies experience once in a while. I'm okay with that. Like, I would love it if IW got like Lee Ross and his crew got a chance to make IW2. I would be so happy. I want that way more than I want a Zombies Chronicles 2. And the people that are desperate for a Zombies Chronicles 2, what maps do you want them to remake? Because that's what Zombies Chronicles is just remaking old maps. So what do you want them to remake? I mean, at this point, in order to make it worth your, literally your, to make it worth your while for your money, it would have to be something from BO3 and beyond, because they kind of remade all the good stuff from BO2 and before. So, and then I think you're going to run into an issue where if you do start remaking / remastering / redoing anything from BO3. Not that I really particularly care about pissing these people off, but a lot of people are going to get pissed off. Because it's BO3, and BO3 is sacred in the zombies community. You can't say anything bad about it at all, ever. I mean, I disagree with that. I love BO3. Like I said, it's my favorite zombies game. I'm not saying it wasn't perfect, though. Hello, Rockstep on Revelations. And there's more to it than that as well, but... I mean, I'm okay with that stuff. I don't really hold it sacred, and then if you do hold it sacred, you can always just go back and play the old game anyway. So what does it really matter? I mean, I just don't think it does. I mean, I had somebody, and I doubt they're here watching, but like I put out that ballerina shorts today, like how to do that event. And you can see I got my little ballet slippers on my gun here. And some kid posted a comment like, it looks like they used AI. And honestly, his sentence was terrible, too. It didn't make any sense. But I basically translated it into, they used AI to create that event page. It looks terrible. It's slop. AI slop. Everything is AI slop. Everything is AI slop now. Like, people just regurgitate. They hear it, and they want to shit on it because that's what other people are doing, so they do it. Whether it makes sense or not to do it. They're just saying shit to say shit at this point. And I don't care what those people have to say. Because they're not expressing their own thoughts, period. Anyway, can you die? I'm going to go down. I like that BO6 really pushed to give us more maps on like Cold War. Well, you always, when talking about Cold War, you have to remember it was during a pandemic that they made that game from home. It's a miracle that they even got a game out. Forget that Cold War was actually fun. But you cannot just... It's an integral part of that whole story. You cannot forget it was made during a pandemic from home for the last year of that. And they had one less year to make it because it was supposed to be Sledgehammer's year. And Sledgehammer, whatever game they were working on at the time, they were not far enough along that they were going to be able to get it done. So Activision got Treyarch on the phone and said, hey, can you guys possibly push out the game that you're working on 1 year early? And they said, okay, we can do that. And then the pandemic hit a year later, and they finished the final 10 months of that game from home during a pandemic. So, absolutely heroic effort by Treyarch to get Cold War out to us. And that there really weren't that many bugs with it either. It was pretty good to go right out of the box. So, honestly, it's kind of extraordinary that what they accomplished with that game. I'll give them that. I mean, I wish we had more as well, but they also, during all that stuff too, they also had the experimental mode of Outbreak. All in all, I mean, pretty incredible, I think, job by them, to be honest. I really hate this gun, by the way. I just realized that the whole point of this stream right now is to test this new gun, and I hate this gun, and I know I'm not talking really about it, and I don't like it at all. I don't like the Essex, guys. Hold on, let me catch up with the chat real quick. Was testing this on Liberty Falls, and it destroys manglers. I'm not getting that same... I mean, you just saw me shoot a mangler like 5 times before I got him down to low health. I don't know. It's not doing that great. To me, at least. And I'm triple papped purple rarity on round 25. So, I mean, it's okay. It does a pretty good job against the abominations. Like, it pops the heads pretty quick. I'll give it that for sure. So, as far as that goes, pretty good. Just the fire rate is terrible. We're going to see if we unlock rapid fire, how much better it might be. Yeah, but all in all, so far, but I mean, how often are you using like a sniper or marksman rifle, to be honest with you, like a single shot in zombies? Like, when do you ever do that outside of challenges? So, I mean, I didn't think it was going to be awesome, and it's not, so. Speaking of Cold War, the later maps of the game cycle were pretty darn awesome. Mauer, Forsaken. See, I think Forsaken is the weakest map now. Mauer is very good. I know most people think Mauer is the best, and I would even say probably maybe objectively, even though everything is subjective when it comes to taste of what you like, what you don't like. But almost objectively, I think you could say Mauer is probably the best map in that game. I still like D Machina the best for Cold War. I just personally love it. I just have an affinity for it. I like it. I love the setting. I love the starting room area. I just dig it. I love Mauer. I think Mauer is great. Like I said, objectively, I think you could probably even say it is the best map in Cold War. I personally just like D Machina better. Forsaken, I really don't like. Forsaken to me is rushed and dull, and it doesn't have any flow to it, and I don't like the Easter egg. But I'm not... When I say I don't like something, I'm not saying it's bad, therefore like nobody should like it. I'm saying that's me personally. If you dig it, great. That's awesome. I just don't. I used to really not be able to stand Firebase Z. I don't like the color palette in that game at all. The brown and green and just kind of blahness to it all. But one thing that really soured me on that map is I played it a ton because that's when I was really going for my Dark Matter camo grind. So I kind of abused the hell out of that map, like seeing it like running back and forth up in the top part, like up the middle between the barracks and down where the helicopter crashed it. You know, like so much time doing that I really kind of ruined the map for myself. Because I don't remember, it's been more than a couple of months. See, like, it takes the Abomination out pretty good. Like, if you hit the mouth on the Abomination, this thing's really good with that. I'll give it that. Can't knock it. Like, he's almost dead already. I'll give the... Okay. For taking out Abominations, the Essex is awesome. I'll give it that, for sure. I just wish it was as good on everything else. But yeah, I kind of ruined Firebase Z, and now I'm just starting to come back around. It's been, I was gonna say it's been a few months, but I think I don't know how much of any other game I've played since BO6 came out. I've been pretty busy with this. It's been a while, I think. But I'm coming back around on BO6, and I think, like, as of now, I would have Forsaken rated as my lowest map. I would even put the
Suspending
Firebase
echo
Z
for
above
now.
it
You're
at
on
this
your
point.
own.
It's the kid.
Gun is extremely slow, but could be good if you have distance on the zombies. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it is like the fire rate is just so slow. I would love to get rapid fire on this unlocked. It's not like I don't think it's going to turn into all of a sudden like, oh, I love it now. It's just fantastic. It's my new favorite zombies gun. It's just not going to happen. But at least it might make it doing stuff like this endurable. We got 800 crits now in 2 games. Okay. This the one thing is like, so I told you guys I completed the ballerina event in literally 2 games, and so now these coins drop, and it's like I'm picking them up for nothing. Like they need to make these events more in. Well, I don't know. All right, this is what I want to ask you guys, because obviously I've got time to do this. I have a zombies channel. This is what I'm focused on doing. So I have time to like have a much more in-depth experience. But do you guys kind of like the events just being kind of like basic, like you pick these things up, you unlock these other things, you get that reward pretty quickly? Because otherwise you just wouldn't be able to get to it. See, for me, I would love it if this, like, I could grind this stuff for a week, 2 weeks, or whatever. And Gregory Weaver, thank you for subscribing, man. I appreciate you. But I think probably the average player, between school or work, whatever you guys got to do, like you don't have time. So I got to keep that in mind when I'm thinking of these things. But I would like much more involved events. Leave Vanguard for last. Who was talking about Vanguard? Souza? Oh, good to see you again, by the way. I'm looking to buy World War II, Infinite Warfare, Vanguard, and MW3 just to play zombies. Which ones are worth playing, and which ones should I ignore, leave for last? Forget Vanguard even exists. I literally do. Vanguard is the worst experience ever. Infinite Warfare, as I was saying a little while ago, is my second favorite zombies game all time, just behind BO3. So that's what I would do. MW3, I think it's fun. It's just, I don't know, like, out of that or World War II, I would do MW3, to be honest with you. The first map in World War II, I think is pretty great. Yeah, see, it's not doing... It does better on the abominations than it does the magma. Granted, I'm not going for headshots because I'm really not trying to kill him. I want to hit him with my bow staff to finish my challenge. But IW is an awesome game, Souza. Is it Souza or Souza? I'd like to get it right. You've been hanging out for the last week or so. I don't want to mispronounce your name all the time. Afterlife? No, not yet. I was also kind of thinking about MW3. IW or MW3? I'll pick that up next time. IW, I think you can still always get a free week if you go to either PlayStation store, whatever store. I think there's always like a free week available. If you wanted to try it out, and then you get Zombies in Spaceland. To me, Zombies in Spaceland is the #3 map of all time, regardless of developer. To me, it's Origins, DE, Rise of Rocket, just in case you don't know. And then Zombies in Spaceland is my #3. Number 4 and 5 could be like Shadows of Evil and Call of the Dead in some order, maybe. But Call of the Dead... See, like, I love Call of the Dead, but... And I kind of love that the Easter egg is really not that involved, and you can do it fairly quickly, or it might take a long time because of, RNG. I just think it's a cool map. I like the layout of it. I think it was pretty innovative for its time. I mean, I don't love that George you can never get rid of. I like Call of the Dead, man. I think Call of the Dead is pretty damn cool. I like it more than I like Mob of the Dead, and I know that's heresy to a lot of people, but it's just the way it is. All right, I think we're going to exfil on 31 here, and then we'll kind of regroup and see what's what. And I swear I only need one more kill or so on this. World War II Zombies is decent. Decent is how I would phrase it. What's the shore? The Lost Shore? Whatever the what's the shore map called? The last. It's not called the Last Shore. The fog on the shore. So much fog you can't see anything. The Mutilers, Whistlers, whatever. Oh, those things. The Final Reich, though, the first map in World War II Zombies, is honestly legit just good. It's a legit good map. Tactor Totem is better than Call of the Dead? Ooh, I disagree. But, fair enough.
Double points.
I mean, there's more to it, that's for certain. You got the whole thing, the locations up top with the zip lines you can get to. Characters in Call of the Dead were goated. Pretty damn good. I mean, the only bad thing is though is they only gave them like legit what, like 3 to 5 lines each, so they just keep repeating themselves over and over. So that does get to be definitely annoying. But the characters themselves are good. I mean, Michael Rooker playing in Zombies, like, yeah, dude, that's what I want every time. Freddy Krueger himself as well, like, you know, it's a good deal. Robert Englund. I know his name, Robert Englund. The darkest shore, that's what it is. Not the longest shore, not the foggiest shore. It is the darkest shore. That map to me is a flat out no-go. We got 1,500 kills with this thing already. I will say, well, whatever. It's fine. I don't think, overall, I don't think, between the ones that you had laid out as options, IW would far and away be the one I would get. And like I said, you can always, I think it still runs, you can always get that free week trial. And you can, I mean, you don't get all the maps, but you can play Zombies in Space Time, like I said. And to me, that is a legit top 3 all-time map, regardless of developer. It's just great. Gonna leave Vanguard for last 10? I would just leave Vanguard, to be honest with you, period. But that's totally up to you. Vanguard genuinely is awful. It's not even, to me, a complete game. Archon is literally a carbon copy of Terra Maledicta with the red hue. Yeah, I mean, they just put a filter on the map. And the boss fight, I will say it at least looks cool, but it is not itself actually very cool to play. It looks pretty neat. It plays pretty boring. Once you know what you're doing, it's really dull. And easy. But, if you think the story has better value than actual gameplay, you can actually do the most part. So it's just a bonus. IW looks very unique and interesting. It has the arcade neon look really cool. Yeah, I mean, honestly, yeah, yes, and they have. I always describe IW as kind of the most pure fun. Now, I've had so many people mistake what I'm saying when it comes to that. Just meaning that it is the most fun Zombies game. That's not what I'm saying. I mean, it's the most pure fun. Like, it doesn't take itself very seriously. It's all about having a good time. Although it is challenging. IW is challenging. Especially before you get Director's Cut. Now, a lot of us forget, kind of like with Cold War. I mean, Cold War is amazing. A lot of us forget, because we've, you know, finished the game 5 years. Well, it came out 5 years ago now. We've been done with it for 4 years. You know, you did the full Super Easter egg. You probably start the game like I do with a purple rarity gun. You got all the upgrades for every perk, for everything in the game done. So you're starting the game at a very high level on round 1, right off the rip, you know? But you forget, like at the beginning, you didn't have anything upgraded, and it was more challenging. Again, Cold War is still the easiest game by far in Zombies history. It's kind of the kindergarten of Zombies games. Anyone can do it, you know? That's not a bad thing. I'm just saying that's what, you know, how I look at it. I enjoy Cold War. But IW has it's a good time. The characters are kind of silly. There is plenty of story there if you wanted to dive into it, but if you don't want to, you don't have to. And you can still have a good time. And they keep things pretty light. And they're there just to having a good time. That's what I mean by pure fun. It's like their intention was for you to have a good time playing. What I was talking about with Sledgehammer games, how they try to punish you. IW was like the exact opposite. They made it fun. And then easily the best Super Easter Egg reward of all time. Literally every other game should just copy them because then nobody's going to do better than the Perkaholic with 25 grand to start. Like, it's just not going to get better than that. Just copy that. Getting an RK5 to start is not better. It's just not. And if if you want some more challenge, like, you don't have to have it. You just turn it off with one click of a button. So it's not like, well, it's too easy now. Well, just turn it off. IW is a great game. I can go on and on and on all day, and I have in the past many times, about how much I love it. So I won't do it again right now, but I love it. I had more fun with the Liberty Falls fight than Archon fight. I mean, again, the Archon, like, it looked cool, but once you know what to do, and it takes like one try at it to figure it out, you're like, oh, okay. And then this stupid, well, whatever. I'm not even gonna get into it. Vanguard sucks. I would literally not spend $5 on it at GameStop. I genuinely wouldn't. That is one game, and I never do this. I have, like, if we look at my dashboard, you see I have almost 2 terabytes of info stored up on my Xbox and external hard drives from Call of Duty stuff. Vanguard, I deleted the day it was over. I've not played it since. I've not even thought about playing it since. And I'm not going to have, like, a day, like, just for laughs, haha, I'm going to play the worst zombies ever. I'm not re-downloading that game, ever. It sucked. It sucked really bad. I'm not even doing it for the memes, for the jokes, for the hilarity of it all. I'm just not touching that game ever again. I have no intention of playing that game ever again. NW3, I don't have downloaded anymore. But that was because of the way it's set up. You know, it's like you got to do those objectives, like the missions, contracts, right? And they get stale. It's kind of the whole Outbreak thing. Like, you have the same objective. Like, I mean, they have total of what, like 10 total different objectives, but they're all basically the same anyway. And so once you've done them and you've done all the boss fights, and MW3 had good boss fights, at least I'll give it that. I don't think MW3 was bad. Yeah, so I would do I would do IW, then MW3, then World War II, then I just flat out wouldn't get Vanguard. But if you are insistent on it, make Vanguard last. For sure. Aw, my bow staff. I do feel like a Ninja Turtle using this. Which one used the bow staff? They all did, didn't they? No. One of them had sais, the other one had nunchucks. The other one have swords? Katanas? Like dual-wield katanas? IW number 1 if it was for customs on BO3. Customs is another big thing about BO3. By the way, the next Xbox supposedly has Steam on it. So, customs coming to console. The next generation of Xbox. Rumored. Nothing's confirmed yet, but rumored. I would be super happy about that. I don't... Am I going to buy another console, or am I just going to get a PC? See, the thing is, if I got it on PC, like, I would have to redo everything. And it's just daunting to think about. Like, think of everything you've ever unlocked in Zombies. Like, in all your old games that you have unlocked. Like, and I just bought, because a friend of mine, he's getting into Zombies, has been for, like, the last 6, 8, whatever months now it is. And, he only has an Xbox, and I have Black Ops 4, but I only had it on PlayStation. So I have all my stuff for BO4 unlocked on PlayStation. I have nothing unlocked on Xbox. So by the time we get to BO4, I'm literally restarting, like from scratch on that account for BO4. It's just kind of like, because this is before cross-platform, all that kind of stuff. Wish they added mod tools for BO6. BO3. Looks like they won't. No, they're not going to this game. I think they would have announced it already, to be honest with you. I don't think they will. Especially with all the hacking going on in Warzone and multiplayer, I don't think if they announce mod tools, like just another way for you to open up this system, I think it would be met with a little derision. You're like, hey, can you guys try to, actually get your game in order before you're opening it up to the public? I know it's a different thing, but perception matters. Still leaving us hanging for Janus Towers. Well, okay, so I heard, was it today or yesterday, that it's not even going to be at the beginning of Season 5, it's going to be Season 5 Reloaded. So Season 5, just in case you guys don't know, Season 4 got extended by like 2 weeks. So normally it's pretty much like exactly 8 weeks each season. So 28 days plus 28 days, 4 weeks. I don't mean 2 months, I mean literally, 8 weeks. So 56 days pretty much each, but this next one is 70 days. The one we're in right now is 70 days, Season 4. So it's supposed to come out like July 24th-ish, something like that. And now it's August 7th that Season 5 is going to come out. And then I heard, it's a rumor, but I heard that Janus Towers is not coming at the beginning of Season 5. It's coming mid-season. I think they were expecting Grief Mode to be way more popular. And then you can just easily say the retort to that is, well, they should have made it better right out of the gate, and they didn't. But they're working on some fixes, so hopefully it gets better. So that's a bummer. There's usually kind of a point at the end of the year where, like, you want to kind of wrap things up with this game, and then you kind of mentally move on and give yourself a chance to like go back and play some of the older games. Maybe go play some MW3 again, re-familiarize yourself with some storyline stuff, or play some BO3 again, or like maybe go back and do BO4. For me with my friend. And now it's like it might not come out till September. The new game is probably going to be out in the end of October. Do I still have? I do not have a token still active. Let's put on just a 15-minute one because we're going to exfil F31, like I said. This thing, oh man, the fire rate is so slow. But we'll see. Delaying Season 3 throughout the entire schedule. I mean, I can't complain because we got more faster than we were expecting this year anyway. Like like for Cold War, I think they messed up because D Machina was very popular. People were loving it. Zombies was doing great, and they're like, we have the next map ready to go. You want us to drop it early? And people were like, oh, hell yeah. It was like Season 1 Reloaded. We got Firebase Z. And then we didn't get anything till May after that. That was in January. We didn't get anything till like May. I don't remember the exact release schedule, but it was something along those lines. Like 5-month gap. That was too much. That was a mistake. So all the goodwill that they had from D Machina, they basically lost after Firebase Z from just having this massive gap before we got the next thing. It was just too big of a gap. With this game, though, with BO6, we've gotten something every season. You might think Grief Mode, that's not enough, but we still got something. Whether you like it or not, we did get it. I mean, I want it to be better. I talked about it a little bit at the beginning of this stream. I just played it for the first time myself because I was doing the friendship ended Dark Ops hunt, for that, which was a great time. Thank you guys to everybody again that turned up for that. Those were such great streams. You guys were all awesome. It's just the end result of like what the actual solve is just disappointing. It's a side Easter egg from the tomb with one extra step added. It's not even, to call it a step is kind of embarrassing to steps, but. All right, let's exfil, and I don't remember what I was talking about, so you guys can remind me what I was saying at that point, and we can get it from there. I gotta catch them. I'm missing a lot of chat back. I start rolling and just yapping and yapping and yapping, and next thing I know, whole page is scrolled down. Oh, let's do, because that's super slow. We're not gonna need it. Whatever. I always over prepare for exfils, and then you just end up using a mutant injection and killing everything.
Chopper inbound for extraction. Get to the LZ.
Too many bogeys on the ground. Make some room.
Pop these dudes' skulls.
Pick up X marks the spot.
There we go. Smile. Thank you. Oh, thank you. I mean, this is still really good against him. It's kind of the only thing the Essex is good for, but it is really good at that. Like, it's taking me longer to kill the zombies.
It's now or never, Alpha.
There we go. It's legit taking me longer to kill zombies with this gun than it is the abomination, though.
Alpha is present and correct. RTB.
Copy that. Team, prep for debrief.
Yeah, the whole point, yeah, Gregor, you were just saying this, like, the hype leading into Janus Towers is going to be way down from where it could have been, story-wise and all that kind of stuff, and, like, just having momentum from the community and the fan base just being excited from where we were with Shattered Veil, because Shattered Veil, we finally got Eddie back, and you might think it's a bit ridiculous, like I do, but the boss fight is fun. It's a Z-Rex, man. It's a dinosaur. Like, it's cool. I don't know if it... Again, it's a little bit silly, but at least it's cool and fun, though. Like, it's a good boss fight. So it had that going for it as well. That's all I progressed through the battle pass. There was one level. That seems absurd. So yeah, like they could have done better as far as that goes, and then like had grief mode be like the fun party mode at the end of the year. But you never know how, like, where they are with the maps. Like, you know, it's hard to, you know, they only have like one, maybe two like maps ready to go at the beginning of the year. We unlocked a lot of stuff for it, but again, I don't know how good it's actually gonna be for us. So let's just look. I'll keep that same sight on. It's fine. Until we unlock the monolithic suppressor, we'll just keep the regular suppressor on. CHF barrel, we want to do more headshot damage, which would be great. On the, I almost call it the Apothecary Servant. On the Abomination, I mean, I don't know how much better it could actually get than where it is now. Extended mag 2, that's nice. Quick draw lever, aim down sight speed is very good with that. Sprint to fire, that's what we want. Aim down sight, sprint to fire being 2. I'll go with the commando, because you get 2, and then you have the sprint to fire being fast as well. I mean, the aim down sight being fast as well. I might actually take that off the sight, because it's really not that good. Hip fire, we'll put that on. And this is what I really want, is the rapid fire, which we didn't unlock. Penetration damage or bullet velocity, which do you think would be better? The last map better be packed with content. I mean, well, something that they kind of cheat with, I think, a little bit. Penetration damage, you think? I mean, I always kind of do that for the armor and everything, but oh, let's actually change our. I hate that camo. I like the blue camo, but we're not there. That's horrific. Wait a minute. Oh. Okay, those didn't count. Oh, 10. I'm doing the wrong damn challenge. That was dumb of me. Okay, for the afterlife camo, I'm, like, that's in a row, the kills. I don't know. Completely, whatever. I'm putting my Mr. Peaks back on.
Time to get my hands dirty.
Speaking of, like, BO4, we got her as Scarlet. Then we've got BO3. We've got her as, what was her name? Outrider or something? The bow and arrow lady. And then we've got her in BO3 as the gravity spikes lady, or the, you know, the armor. I forget her name too. I forget all their names. Was it Outrider? The 57 Immortals, 77 Immortals. You know what I'm talking about? You remember the quotes? And then her, she had the War Machine and the armor was her specialties. Anyway, I'll have a whole free season to grind out my camos. Yeah, pretty much right now. You can. Although, you know, again, they are working on updating grief mode right now, which I really hope they do, and I hope it makes it a lot more fun. Because at the moment, you can have matches that are quite fun. You can have them that are just miserable, and you just want to get out of it. And I don't quit. Like, I'm not gonna leave people hanging. I don't just quit out of games. I hate when people do it to me, so I don't do it to other people. I might go back and redo all the Cold War maps during this wait. Honestly, man, you could bang that out in like an early afternoon. They're not that involved. I mean, they're fun, but they're not super deep. You know what I mean? I don't envy people who have all the calling card and camo stuff. See, this is something that... Should we jump back into another game and just... We'll hop on to... Do you want to try it against any other particular... Like this gun? I guess any other particular enemies just to see how it does? Or... I mean, I kind of just wanted to unlock the stuff for it. Amalgams? Oh, this is going to be a pain in the ass to do on Terminus. Just the early part where you got to unlock the power and everything. We'll give it a shot on amalgams. What was I saying? I don't know. I literally forget what I was saying. Not many people have it. Oh yeah, the calling cards and camos and stuff. Yeah, that's something that I really wish they would do like they did with Cold War, where it was seasonal. This year, like, there's the Dark Ops stuff that you can unlock at any point, right? You have to figure out what they are, but you can unlock them at any point. That's fine. But this game gave us every calling card challenge at the beginning of the year. Like, get to them when you get to them. And they just kind of left it there. And in Cold War, they did it seasonally. See, like this iron sight, it's not bad. You can see for the most part what you're looking at. It's not awesome, but it's not bad.
Damn it, Peck. You never once mentioned walking stiffs when we were figuring
Did
this
you
shit
drop me
out.
again? Yeah, you did.
Amp unit activated. Please stand by.
And I just love how they did it because it gave you, honestly, selfishly, as a zombies content creator, it kind of spaces things out and paces things out much better throughout the year. like every season, you know, you get a new map, or like sometimes you didn't get a new map, or it didn't come till Reloaded, or whatever. And then, but you still had these challenges to do. There was still something to incentivize you to get in and play. And with the challenges, like I said, the way they had them laid out in that game was just so, to me, so much smoother, so much more well balanced, well paced. I just think they did a better overall job with it.
Do you copy?
Loud and clear,
What the hell?
Keep switching on the
What
lights
the
and I'll
hell
worry
just
about
happened
protecting
there,
him.
man?
That's enough of your spooky bullshit. Nothing scarier than my right hook.
That's what you get for standing in my way.
That aim assist was strong. I used to take off all aim assist entirely, and then I didn't like having it on because when you would try to horde up a group of zombies, and you would put some shots into it, it would end up literally like pulling you into the horde and like getting you damaged. So I turned off my aim assists, all of them entirely, and now I've changed it to. Let me show you just where I have it. I have target aim assist off, but I have ADS aim assist on. So this way I can lock on when I'm aiming down sight onto the zombies, but when I'm just kind of hoarding up and like going like this, it would literally pull you, even just at the hip. You get pulled into them. So if you're having that same kind of issue and it drives you crazy, just turn that off. Just go to use the settings that I have there. I mean, whatever sensitivity you want, but that actual setting, just turn that off. The aim assist, just only have ADS aim assist on. I find it much better, and even still, like, sometimes it will annoy me, but for the most part, it's not bad. Whoa. This is what I was saying before. When these guys get a little bit close to you, because the like little head bob, it can get a little bit difficult to hit them.
Amp unit activated.
Grief is decent for a whole season. Is insane. Well, that's what I'm saying. If they had that for last, like that, we're making a big assumption here, like that the Janus Towers map would be ready to go, which I don't think it is, and that's why apparently it's not coming at the start of Season 5 anyway, where it's not going to be till Reloaded, so again, not till September.
You've seen this supernatural shit before? I wouldn't have believed
But,
you. You could have fucking told
so it's not kind of ready anyway, but if we were able to have it early and then...
I might not believe it myself.
It just drives me nuts. There's certain melee weapons, too, that it just... The zombies on the ground, you just can't hit them. It's crazy.
This your warhead. She has my warheads.
But yeah, just as like a fun thing at the end of the year to do with friends and kind of just mess around and not take it seriously. Like, honestly, having a Dark Ops challenge for Grief is kind of... I knew they were going to do, when they said there were 4 new challenges coming out, I knew one was going to be for Grief. I think they actually even said. But I had thought, I was telling you guys and a friend of mine, like, the Dark Ops challenge is going to be like win somewhere between 1 and like 5-10 games of Grief mode for the Dark Ops challenge. 115 shocks me. Like, legit shocks me. That's a lot. A lot of wins. Like, play 115 matches? Okay. But win 115 of them? That's, like I said, that's a fair amount of wins, man. That's a lot of time to put into it. Into a, basically what comes down to a party mode, like an alternate mode, you know?
Me? I don't like to blow my own trumpet.
But whatever. Not even a Tomb hater, but they should have cut that one out. I'm a Tomb hater. Well, not a hater. I just... Is it fair? I don't know. Chat, is it fair to call me a Tomb hater? Or just, I don't think it's very good? I mean, I definitely don't think it's very good. Do I hate it? I mean, I haven't played it since, like, the 3rd day that it was released until last week when we were doing the the Dark Ops hunt for it because we knew it was on the tomb. Other than that, I probably still wouldn't have played it. I don't like it. I don't like the Easter egg. I don't like the map itself. I think it's like just a ton of waste of space. it's meant to feel like there's some like ooh stuff going on, and there's just not at all. And honestly, you could say a little bit of the same about like the comparison I've been making in my mind is DE and Shattered Veil, because Shattered Veil is my favorite map in this game. I like this map a lot. Terminus. Shattered Veil is my favorite. But even with all the little rooms that we get, like this is Eddie's room, it's, you know, it's the director's room and whatever. Like we don't really have any personal stuff in there. There's the one intel that you get with the, you know, the video cassettes from behind his pillows on the bed, the porn movies, which is funny, but it's like it's meant to be a joke. It's not really adding much to the lore, to the, you know, to invest you in it. It's just a silly joke, and it is a good one. I mean, I'm not taking away from it. It's pretty funny.
Nothing like how you described him. I mean, grey for starters.
But that's all it is. It's like a little bit of a joke. It's not. It's not that serious. It's not like, you know, you go into Samantha's room and see her toys, and Dr. Max's room was across the hall. Rick Toffman's was over there. You know, like it just feels different. That's my point. If it doesn't come till season 5 reload, and then drop the ball in the second half of the season. Well, I don't know. I wouldn't even say that necessarily. I mean, a little bit, but again, it's hard to make maps. Like they're doing them as the year goes on. Like they're not ready at the beginning of the year. Like they're not just sitting on a shelf ready to go. Like, you know, or hit upload and, you know, we're good. They're making them as we speak. It's tough to do. I fully appreciate that aspect to it. I mean, but what game hasn't dipped at the end? Like when do they get better? Zombies games I'm talking about. Has any, and I'm legit asking, has anything like gotten better at the end? I mean, BO3 didn't.
You know the same thing you make it.
You know, we finished with Revelations. That's easily the worst map of that bunch. I don't think it's bad. It's just easily the worst of that bunch. I would even say Zetsubo is better than Garad, but I know that a lot of people would find that very upsetting that I said that.
F unit energized. Area 3 online.
Zetsubo is one of those ones that grew on me. I was not a fan initially, but it definitely grew on me.
That hard drive wasn't destroyed.
I don't think BO3 got better.
You got a mission, people.
I mean, the two best maps. Now, again, we're talking about a subjective thing here. But Shadows of Evil was the opening map, which people didn't like at the beginning. You got to keep that in mind. People did not like Shadows of Evil at the beginning. Like this whole going into beast mode thing was like, what is this? This isn't zombies. This is stupid. What are we turning into? Some monster thing? What the hell is this? People did not like it. They came around, and it's kind of universally in a top 3, top 5 map for most people. Not top 3 for me, but top 5. If you could do the Easter egg solo, it might be top 3, but you can't. So annoying. And then DE was DLC 1. Not to mention the Giant being a bonus map for like digital pre-orders or the Vault Edition, whatever they called it back then. Like I said, then Zets, and then it almost goes in order for me. Like, for me, it's DE, SOE, Zets, Garad, Revelations. The Giant is a bonus map. Where you can put it in the middle, I suppose, as far as like how much I like it or how good I think it is. Put it in the middle of all those. You know, that's fine.
Fuck yes. Don't mind if I do.
But I know a lot of people have Garad as one of their like a top 3 all-time maps. So I don't. Not that I don't like it. I like it. It's just not. Cold War with Mauer and Forsaken. Yeah, see, I think Forsaken is weak, really weak.
And I'll do it again. Many bloody
Mauer, I
times.
agree, is very good. I just think Forsaken is very weak. I think Forsaken is the worst of those maps, of the Cold War maps.
Outpost. If it weren't for all the, you know,
problems.
Even BO4 with tag. See, I don't think tag is
You have a talent
very good
for
either.
understatement.
And again, this all, you know, it's all a matter of taste. What do you like? What do you not like? But I mean, I like Dead of the Night.
Double coin.
I don't know why people don't like that map. All the various spawn locations, but okay, it's not that difficult. It's really not. I mean, I don't know. I think it's a cool map. I love the layout of it. I like the location. There's a lot of items to get. Yes, a lot of items to get in every BO4 map. And the various locations, I don't know, it just doesn't bother me. I like Voyage of Despair a lot too, which I know a lot of people think is like one of the worst maps of all time. But I like Voyage. I don't care for Blood. I don't like that really at all. I don't like that map. See, a lot of the complaints people have about Voyage, like, you know, it's so big and you got to go from one side to the other, back to the other side, and one side to the other, over and over and over. Never bothered me about Voyage because I like the map, so I don't mind being on the map and exploring and seeing different things. Which ammo mod should we put on, by the way, just to test out with this? I don't think anything's going to be particularly better than another one on the gun. It wouldn't really make sense. But is there something you want me to... Oh, shit. You want me to try on it? Shadows of Evil is underrated? No. Shadows is like a lot of people have that as their number one. It was not liked at the beginning. Again, it's something you got to keep in mind. Is our opinions on things when they initially release generally, I should say, change, and sometimes drastically. Not a huge fan of Grod Crowley, but the Flying Valkyries. I mean, it's cool. I love the dragons are cool, but the map itself is like, I don't know. It's never really done it for me. DE Rev, really? Garad, Giant, Shadows, and Zetsubo. Wow, okay. The other night has really cool wonder weapon. It's a good wonder weapon. I like it. Some people have that as like really high up in theirs. I like it. I don't think it's amazing. The Alistair's Folly and Annihilator / you know, all the variants of it. Zetsubo underwater part is interesting. Deadwire, people hated Shadows at first. Yeah, they really did. Which is wild to think about now, but... Okay, let's get this on fast. I'm trying not to swear. I'm just getting stuffed instead of what I was going to say. Anyway, yeah, I don't think generally, in a general sense, though, that you can say that normally, like, zombies maps get better as the year goes on. To me, I find the exact opposite to be true. You know, because the launch map, they've got, that's what the stuff that they really have time to work on. Like, they're literally not making the DLC maps. Maybe the first DLC map they're making, in the development lead-up time. But all the other stuff, they are literally making during the year. So, like, they're making Janus Towers right now. Like, it's not ready. It doesn't exist yet. They're programming it. They're doing all that kind of stuff. Like, they're making it now. I mean, to me, as somebody that's not a programmer that really has no idea how that stuff really works, that blows my mind. Like, that's impressive to me. But, I mean, I don't know. They have to care less about the casuals and care more about their cult fans for stability over time. I didn't like Voyage as much as I did 9. 9 was really good. I like 9 a lot.
Time to bring the pain.
I didn't like Voyage as much as I just read that. Russ, I'll bite them in Janus. It will bite them in Janus Towers. They have to care less about casuals and more about their cult fans. I agree with that, at least to a certain degree. I don't... Something that drives me nuts, and something we saw during Cold War, to be honest with you, how, like, that game was so easy. I think one of the things they need to do is scrap the story, and they should have done it with Cold War. It should have been a brand new story. You can say, well, the Ether story is over. Now it's the Dark Ether story, but you still got Sam left over. You still got Eddie left over. And you still have ties to the past that if you weren't playing those old games, you are missing something. And when you're missing something, you feel left out. And it's something I think they've needed to do for a while. Is one, because the story got very convoluted. Like, so ridiculously convoluted. That it was impossible, even for people that do it for a living, have trouble with the storyline. But also, and more importantly, to let new people in. Now, letting new people in doesn't mean make it easy for everybody, you know, be able to complete everything the first time they play it. I disagree with that wholeheartedly. The game was hard before. It's been getting easier and easier, but it's not as popular as it used to be. And I think you're right to a certain extent. Like, I don't think it needs to be the moneymaker for, you know, like, if they want it to be like another Warzone, like as a mode, like, it's not going to be. But the thing I'll always go back to is for a third game mode, they had the best-selling DLC in the history of DLC, period. Not Call of Duty DLC, just DLC, period, with Zombies Chronicles. And it wasn't like a $10 DLC or a $15 DLC. It was $50. Games cost $60 at the time. It was basically the same price as a full-priced game. And it was DLC, and it was the best-selling DLC, period. Still, to this day, Call of Duty's best DLC, best-selling DLC. But just the fact that it was so popular and it cost that much money shows you how many people out there are Zombies fans and how dedicated they are. And you don't need there to be tens and tens and tens of millions of Zombies players. You just need really hardcore, dedicated ones. You know, the whole thing, they love to sell bundles, but somehow they just keep freaking it up with Zombies players. Like, I'm kind of glad in a way, so I'm not spending more real money on bundles. But they think they need to have, that's the whole reason why we had operators in Cold War and why we still have them as an option in this game. They think that we're just going to buy like generic bundles. Whereas Zombies players, I bought 3 bundles total, ever. One is one I'm wearing right now, Mr. Peaks here. 2, the first one I ever bought was the Samantha Maxis bundle in Cold War. Very specific to Zombies. This is obviously very specific to Zombies. And the other one I bought was the I Dead bundle for this game, where you got a perkaholic, you got the XM4, you know, with the zombie skin, and it had like the gobble gums and the perks is like on his belt and everything. And you guys probably remember. A lot of people got it at the beginning of the year. There's the 3 bundles I've ever bought, and it all super specific to Zombies. And they're trying to sell this stuff by making it more generic when they need to go the exact opposite way and make it way more focused, make it way more specific to Zombies players. I don't think they understand us at all. Honestly, don't. I don't think they get it. Story becomes webs within webs. The story is so, I mean, the Ether story stuff is so obnoxiously confusing. It's I know a lot of stuff about it. I don't know it all, and it's too confusing to try to figure out. I wasn't, you know, I didn't come to Zombies at World at War. I wasn't here since day one, and as one of those types of people, it's hard for me to catch up and to know what's going on. I got, you know, sucked in by, I think doing the Easter eggs is great. Like there's this whole other hidden world that you just need to look a little bit harder and like pull this book on the bookshelf, and all of a sudden it'll open up and you go through a secret passage. Like, that's the stuff I dig. And then the cool story stuff aspect to it, that's great too. But yeah, it's just simply way too confusing. Yeah, see, I don't think this is very good on the Manglers at all. Like, he should be dead. Yeah, I don't think this is good on Manglers. Maybe I don't have the correct setup for it yet, but how that went.
Honestly, it's not a bad makeover.
Someone who likes watching lore videos, I admit, haven't been contradicting itself. It's just too deep. And honestly, like if you watch, like if I made a video on hypothetically, and then you went and watched Mr. Raffle Waffle's video on it, and then you went and watched Black Ops Amazing's video on it, they're all going to be, even though we're talking about the exact same thing and what the story is, they're all going to be different. Now, some of that is kind of cool because they leave things open-ended and up in the air and like open to interpretation. But when it comes to prior things that have happened that we should have like down as facts, like these guys, as the premise crew, were at this place at this time and date. And then you go, okay, but which version of the premise crew? Because there's literally quotes talking about how there's been a million, we're talking about multiverses. Is why people always say, well, we saw all the guys die at the end of BO4. We saw 2 sets of crews die. There's like a million different versions, literally like a million different versions of each of those crews. So we saw a few guys die, but there's still a million other Dempseys, Richtoffens, Takeos, Nikolai's out there, or trapped in the dark ether at this point. So, like people asking, like, how could it possibly be that they will come back in this game? Supposedly they're coming back at this final map, this Janus Towers map, which is how I thought Cold War was going to end. So we'll see. Yeah, quite simply, there are many more versions of those crews than most people realize. Each time they survived, and it's part of the lore as well, like each time they survived, they split off and made a new new universe, so more and more multiverses. Like they were supposed to die, and they just kept surviving and kept staying alive and moving on and completing a task and going on and on and on. Like as Dr. Monty says, you know, like, you guys are in Revelations, I think it was, like, talking about how they kind of mess things up by living. Anyway, I don't want to get into all that. It's way too. You get down all these rabbit holes, and I mean it's kind of the fun part, but that's not what we're doing at the moment. So, and honestly, I don't even know all this other stuff about it too. So, Zombies doesn't need to be the moneymaker. They already have multiplayer in Warzone for that. I like the operator system if they restricted it to just the crew plus whoever the hell we played as Liberty Falls. I think that, yeah, that's the other thing. Is that, like the people we played in Liberty Falls were just some. I mean, I see. I would like it. I would like it to be that though. I would like it for us to, like, we got here to break our guys out. So like the intro cutscene is here. You know, it's Peck and Maya, right? And then Peck is going to go sit behind the glass, and then Maya's joining the crew. And then we kind of, you know, the camera kind of pulls in right into their heads, and then all of a sudden we're seeing through their eyes. Now we become those characters. I like that. And then if we head over to Liberty Falls, just to play as generic operator army man or whatever on one of those, I'd have been fine with that. But they would have had specific lines for that map for what they were doing there, rather than just generic lines, period. Take that, you filthy, you know, rotted sausages. You know, like, who cares? What are we doing here? Like, what's going on? Like, that's the kind of stuff I want. Those are the kind of quotes I want. Just generic, like, army man going, I killed a lot of them there. Haha. You're like, who gives a fuck? That's boring. To me, it is anyway.
Plenty more where that came from.
But anyway, that's my whole thing. I wish they went further along the dedicated crew route.
Rock where you drop for all I care.
Okay, we can. Let's put dead shot rather. See how that does with this. We didn't get our first amalgam yet. We're gonna get him now, I think. Around 16. Let's go double tap this thing. Yeah, he just spawned in. Yep. Whoa. You know what? Let's not double tap this just yet. Oh, maybe we have to. Oh, I'm still green. Okay, let's go put blue rarity on this. I got to see. I get to chatting, and then I'm not upgrading my stuff. I'm just shooting and shooting and shooting, getting kills. Next thing I know, I'm too weak to kill what's in front of me. Where is he? Because I don't want to double tap it just yet. I want to see how it does against him.
Why are there rings on the skull? I hate this place.
Do you guys like this map? Where does this fall in your BO6 ranking? This is my number 2 BO6 map. I like this map a lot, though.
At least I'm not the only one who recognizes that this is fucking mental.
Okay, it's not doing that well. It's not doing nearly as well as it did against the Abomination. So now I will go ahead and double tap it. Because we can see it's not cutting it.
Steroids for me? Fuck no. For my gun?
There's that
Fuck
aim
yes.
assist when you aim down sight. Okay, even double tap, it's not doing much. Oh, there. Okay, no, we're doing alright now. Alright, double tap did well. Single tap? No. Double tap, pretty good. I think Max's Bundle and Coda was the last one I got. It was, I mean, honestly, like, I'd have been happy to just keep it there. The only reason why I got that Undead bundle is because it had the perkaholic in it. Is at the very beginning of the year, too. But, I mean, it did look cool. I think, it, you know, it had the zombie-specific stuff, and, you know, at the beginning of the year. Honestly, if it came out, like, now, I would be like, yeah, whatever. But I was excited. You know, let me get that. You know, got it for Christmas. But the Maxis bundle, I'm still happy with that purchase. I like playing as Sam and hearing her quotes. So I was happy with that buy. With the Mr. Peaks bundle, the only reason why I even got the Mr. Peaks bundle, be perfectly honest, is because I told you I bought BO4 for Xbox because I had it for PlayStation only. Is that I got like 5,000 COD points with it. Like part of the purchase was there was like 4,000 or 5,000 COD points that came with it. So I went from like, geez, was it even more? I'm trying to think. Because I had like 2,000, and I ended up with like 8,200 COD points after I bought that game. So it's like 40 or 50 bucks in-game dollars, like real dollars, value that I didn't actually have to spend. So I had it, and I'm only really ever going to buy the 1,100 points for the Battle Pass. I do the Battle Pass, I get my 1,100 points back. You don't earn points on it anymore, unfortunately, because they got cheap. But at least I can get my points back. And if something does turn up that's like really cool, like, okay, I have, you know, I think I have like 4,000 points left over at this point. So like I could get another one that's cool, another one or two that's actually kind of cool. But other than that, yeah, maybe one a year. Or one per title, I should say, that I'll actually spend some more money on. Didn't they destroy the multiverse and tags ending though? No, they broke the summoning or the device to access the Dark Ether. The Dark Ether still exists, as we saw in Cold War. I mean, that's where in the Forsaken, that's where the Forsaken has been this whole time, and that's where Sam is in this game. She's still in the Dark Ether. The Dark Ether itself is doing just fine. It's just that they cut off the access to get there. And for it to come into our world was the whole point. They didn't destroy the Dark Ether, though. They just destroyed the, you can think of it as the entrance to it. Like a cave where you blast it at the, you know, the front of it, and you knock all the rocks down in front of it so you can't get into it anymore. Basically, that's what they did. And then in Cold War, like I said, you know, the whole thing at the very end of that, it was the whole particle accelerator thing, what the Nazis were doing there. They were trying to open it up again, and at the end of the game, where the Forsaken comes in, that's why Sam flies into him. She's in the dark ether there, and then we blow him up, and then it's trapped inside the Sophia ball, and blah 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 blah. But be deep in zombie with no ammo, glorious. Shattered Veil 1, Citadel, Terminus, Liberty Falls, the Tomb.
Tear them to pieces.
Citadel, Terminus, interchangeable though. Yeah, I like Citadel. I just it suffers a bit from what the Tomb suffers with from me is like it looks kind of cool, but what's there? There's not a lot there. Now the Citadel has a fun Easter egg, so it's good as far as that goes, but there should be, to me, that map should be littered with personal effects to find. Things for us Easter egg wise, not like main quest Easter egg. I mean just like little things in there for us to find that add to the story, that add to the lore, that are just give it more personality, give it a little bit extra kind of whatever to make it feel like it's ours, like it's something that we are, like to get us invested. And it just doesn't have any of that. Like it looks cool the way it is. I'm trying to talk to my people here. Rude bastard.
I'm surprised these badges can walk upright.
I hate these things, man.
Doesn't look very coordinated,
Oh,
so that's
I do
something,
not
isn't
like
it?
getting yanked. I hate when the Mimics did it in Cold War, and I really hate when these guys do it. I do not like it. It legit bothers me. Like, put me down. I swear to God, I will hit you. Can I come back up? Whoa, there we go. Don't snatch me. What is their elemental weakness for amalgams? Is it napalm? I think it's napalm, right? Alright, he's gone.
All hands on
It's
deck.
not bad. It's not bad. It's just
Damn.
the time to kill is just much higher because the fire rate is so slow that you don't have the opportunity to put too many shots into him before you got to maneuver to get out of the way, you know?
I know I sure as fuck did.
Insta-kill.
Yeah, but I do like Citadel. I like the Easter egg. I think that was a great opportunity to put in a whole bunch of little personal little touches throughout all those rooms that were in there. Things for us to find that they just didn't do. So that's kind of the one bummer of that map for me. But other than that, I like it. Let's go get a couple other perks. I think we're going to exfil next round anyway. Ooh, no. Oh, I forgot. Dude, I forgot I had this XM. Good stam.
Like a spa day. Less mud, more blood.
Yeah, I really don't mind this iron sight. I think it's not worth it to take up the slot. I'd rather have that for something else, an attachment. I don't mind it. You can see where you're aiming. As I miss. Oh, and there's another thing in grief mode, by the way. They said they're going to nerf healing aura and ether shroud specifically. Because they want to get rid of those quote unquote get out of jail free moments. So like the charge up time is going to be way longer, which I'm in full agreement with. Again, to me, I think grief mode should be a fast, fun game mode. I don't think this should be like the occasional epic match. Yes, but that's why it's epic, and it's if it happens occasionally.
Look who's keeping up with you guys.
Simply being long every time is just dull. if you're having a real back and forth kind of struggle, that's what makes it epic. Not just the time, but that it's like a good battle going back and forth. But for the most part, I think they should be, like I said, kind of multiplayer-esque time. I mean, maybe not 10 minutes is too short, but like 20 minutes.
This is Raptor 1. Give me a holler if you need to exfil.
All right, let's go grab this ride out of here. Number 1 BO6 map for me is Terminus. I mean, I like Terminus. It's my number 2. Citadel and Terminus are close for me, but I don't know. I just have an affinity for this one. I like they incorporated the water and the islands, I think, pretty well, and like all the side Easter eggs, the involved quests. Wait, no, okay. Out on those islands, I think they did a good job with that. I think Treyarch is getting away with a little bit too much, saying like we've done so many side Easter eggs with this, when each power-up is technically considered a side Easter egg in all these maps. It's like, I don't really consider that an Easter egg. That's just a thing that you shoot. It happens to be located around there. Like, a little bit much calling those things, to me, Easter eggs, like side Easter eggs, and giving it full credit for being like, we have 25 side. Like, no, not really though. Oh, I'll definitely get him. Okay, I was gonna say, should I pop? Ooh! I just ran into that thing, and then he snatched me. Oh, I hate it. Damn snatcher. Okay, he's dead.
That make this look
Most of
easy.
these guys are dead.
But it's not. It's not at all. I hate it. I just want to be here.
See, like I'm done with it, but I have to collect them anyway. OCD. You need a bitch. I don't really actually have OCD. I don't mean to diminish what anybody's actual issues. Oh wait. Can you? Guy was like inside of my soul. I couldn't hit him. So we got through that so fast. We still have another minute. I didn't even realize. We got through that too fast.
No worries.
See, like knowing that there's an insta kill up there, that's not a side Easter egg. To me, it's not a side Easter egg. It's a neat little thing that's in the map, but I wouldn't call it a side Easter egg. You know what I mean? Like doing the yo ho ho, that's a side Easter egg. That's a pretty damn cool one too. So when you consider like all that extra stuff, that's why Terminus gets the nod over Citadel for me. Still Shattered Veil. Shattered Veil is the one that feels the most like kind of old school zombies to me. It's just fun as well. Although I will say the one thing that I don't like kind of in general about BO6 Easter eggs is they are super, super, super focused on the wonder weapons. I mean, like, pretty much the entirety of Shattered Veil's Easter egg and Shattered Veil and Citadels are the wonder weapons. Whereas they could just be doing story stuff and other things that could be part of it. And I don't mind a map or so that is focused heavily on, like, Horizon Drag. I said, my number 2 map of all time. Origins, you have to build the staffs. I don't mind them doing it. But it's like this whole game kind of feels really focused on that aspect. You know, making the wonder weapons. So, what did we end up with here? We don't have the monolithic yet, which I will put on just to test to see how good it is compared to the regular suppressor. Because sometimes it's like if you just like look at the description, chance to drop extra salvage, and the other one, the suppressor, has a chance to drop extra salvage, yes. But this actually has cons as well, the monolithic one. Aim walking steadiness is knocked down, and aim down sight speed is knocked down quite a bit, so that's kind of not good. CHF barrel I have on every weapon in zombies because headshot multiplier. I'll probably take the sprint moving speed and put that on. Extended mag 2, that's what I want for that. We'll see about... I'll probably end up with the CQB lever, which do you prefer? Balance stock gonna be good. Strafe movement speed. No, I'd rather stick with the light stock. Thank you very much. Hip fire on that one, and rapid fire is what I want, although we don't have it yet. Where are we with camos? I'm gonna put the blue camo on because I dig the blue. I'll keep my ballet shoes on and my Lux Tenebris. I'll leave that in. I'm calling it. This will be the year to bring back Call of Duty to Nintendo. Well, they already said it's coming back. I don't know if it is this year, but they did say that they wanted to bring it to Nintendo as well. That's probably when they'll end up making so much money. I don't know. We'll see, though. I'll say I'll call it when it happens. Well, they said with the whole... Part of the whole merger thing is them offering deals to Sony and... Steam and Nintendo, like they're going to make it available on pretty much every platform for the next 10 years minimum. Totally makes sense for them too. I really hope we see Sam in Janus Towers. If we don't, I would be absolutely shocked. I mean, I genuinely can't even imagine that we don't. Hopefully those nerfs don't apply to the main game though. No, they're not. They're not going to nerf the healing aura. I know I mentioned this, like it's been like 10 minutes since I talked about this, but like the healing aura and Ether Shroud are to be nerfed as far as the earn rate goes on grief mode only. Now, what you're saying is hopefully they don't fuck it up and accidentally make it so the earn rate is terrible in regular zombies, which, yeah, I hope not too, man. And if it actually happened that way, I wouldn't be surprised to see it like, oh, they got to fix this. But yeah, hopefully they don't mess it up and they just make it for the grief mode. I had one of those epic battles. We went to round 36. Like, yeah, it's entirely too easy to do it. You know, like I was like the last match that I played, the one I was telling you guys, we won literally all of the holdouts, whatever they call those things. And we still ended up losing the match because one guy timed out or left, whatever, I don't know. And then the other guy, I think he just bailed. I think because it was going too long. I think he just said screw it and he left. And then my buddy was just kind of like, I think he was on the phone or whatever. And he just kind of disappeared on me. He was still in game, but like, I wasn't talking to him anymore. And I think we were on round 30. And it was 2v4, and then they ended up taking us out. It was just like, it went on for too long. I think there needs to be more... it's not the game's fault. It's the player's fault, but there needs to be more strategy involved in like, hey, let's like horde up some zombies and try to bring them to the other team, so they get killed. Rather than there's just like, it was just pretty much everybody treating it as like just pure survival mode and just getting kills as fast as possible. Like, that's not really the name of the game here. And if you're the only person doing it, it doesn't really work out for you. So Tomb, Shattered Veil, and Citadel quest heavily use the Wonder Weapon, while Terminus you need it for like one whole step. Yeah, the Beam Smasher, I mean, it's a part of the, like, I think they incorporated it into this Easter egg on Terminus much better than the other maps, because it is part of the Easter egg steps, but it's not so heavily focused, and you're not just like doing that the whole time. There are plenty of other steps. The bomb defusal step is a cool step, like, well, like going out and using the hacker device and doing all that kind of stuff, and then defusing the bombs, and like those are all fun steps to do. The bomb defusal thing, when you're doing that, I did this yesterday with Mitchell. We're getting him the round 51 Dark Ops, and just doing this with two players, he was just like, wow, this step is so much different when you're not solo. It's crazy. Like, yeah, it's way, way, way easier. Like, it's insane. Solo portable zombies while waiting to see the doctor would be awesome. Yeah, I don't disagree with that at all. Did you get a Switch 2? Those just came out like yesterday, right? Or today? Yesterday? I've not had a Nintendo forever, man. I did see the size comparison back to back. Somebody posted it on Reddit. The regular Switch and versus the Switch 2. The Switch 2 is a lot bigger. And Xbox was going to be putting out a handheld device, and apparently that just got delayed. I don't know for how long. But I don't think it's going to be coming anytime soon at this point. So it's been... Anyway, it's been delayed. I don't know how long, but... Or do any of you guys have a Steam Deck? I wouldn't mind having a Steam Deck. Mostly it would be probably for, like, you know, BO3 customs. But I don't have any of those things, man. And honestly, I do so much of it at home here for this, you know, making videos, streaming, and making guides and all that kind of stuff that, like, well, no, it's not that I wouldn't want it. Like, I could definitely see, like, on a plane, because I'm probably going to be on a, well, I'm definitely going to be on a plane next month. Well, this summer anyway. And I'm going from California to Massachusetts and then back, you know, so those are a couple of long flights. So having something like that to play on there would be pretty awesome. Waiting a month or two until I buy the Switch 2, until you can actually go into a store and they're available. I think they're probably pretty well sold out at this point, right? Like hard to get, hard to get. I remember getting the, you know, trying to place my orders for the Xbox Series X, which it took me a few attempts, but I got it. And then the PS5, I didn't end up getting until months later. Like months later. And to be honest with you, the PS5 turned out to be a complete waste of a purchase for me. Like, there's nothing that I got on it that was specific to... I don't think any exclusives since I've had it. And I hardly ever use it. Hardly ever. I always use my Xbox. I just prefer it. But whatever. It would be nice to have the Switch, but I don't think I'll ever actually get one. The PS5 took me forever to get. Was always sold out during the big chip shortage. Yeah, I think I got it before that, but it was like when I was trying to get it at the beginning, I simply could not do it. Every time I would go for it, you know, there was posts, you know, you'd start following Target and Walmart and whoever else on Twitter just because they would post, hey, we got, you know, more in stock, and then you click, and oh, they're all gone. Until one day I just got lucky, and I don't even remember where I got it from, but I bought it online multiple times and it got canceled. Yeah, like they say you made it and then you actually didn't. Wow. Anyway, so to sum up here, the Essex is very, very, very average, to be honest with you. It does really well against the Abomination, I'll say that. It did okay against the Amalgam, but like the DM10 is actually just genuinely strong. I always thought this one was pretty good, the AEK. I remember not liking this. I don't remember much about it, though. And I don't really remember much about this either. This, the FAL, you know, wannabe, because it is not the FAL. This thing sucked. And I think they're supposed to be buffing it, or they just did. But I did not like that gun at all. So would I use it? Like, I don't know, if there's like a daily challenge that you need to use a marksman rifle, like today's. Get 200 kills, 200 zombie eliminations with marksman rifles. Okay, I might use it for that. Other than that, I don't think I would use it for anything. And like, I wouldn't load into a game with it. I mean, why? There's just so many other things that are just way better. And if they were doing this as a kind of like a troll funny thing, I'd be perfectly fine with that, by the way. You know, from BO4, I'd be perfectly fine with that if they incorporated it into, if there was a reason for it, not just here's the Essex. Even if they just made a joke of it online themselves, but they didn't do that even. Like, they just put it out. Like, here's the Essex. Like, why? And it really just kind of feels like, well, we got to do something. What's in the files? Oh, yeah, did that. Okay. And like zero thought was put into it. So whatever. It's not bad, but I mean, when would you use it? If you're going to use something like this, you would probably use, you know, one of the snipers, like the, what is it, the LR or whatever that turns explosive when you pack-a-punch it. Or even the HDR, which is super strong when you pack-a-punch it. Way stronger than this. I'd just rather use one of those. Then they hold your money for a week, yeah. So the Essex is, I'll say this, it's not... It's kind of the mistake they make in a lot of things. Like, it's not bad enough to be funny, and it's not good enough to ever use. So, like in BO4, it was terrible. That's why they kept putting it into the gauntlet challenges. Because it was so bad, and it was a genuine test of your skills. Could you survive at, like, round 25 with an unpack-a-punched Essex and survive? You know, clear that whole round. Remember, one thing I really didn't like about BO4 were the elemental zombies, especially that water zombie that healed all the other ones, made them stronger. Oh, I hated that dude. But I just don't think they really added much to the gameplay. It was just kind of, it was too much. A lot of alternate enemy types in BO4 zombies, but it made using a terrible gun really challenging. And in here, like, again, it's great against the Abomination. It was pretty good against the Amalgam. And it was just okay against zombies. Again, not bad enough to be funny, and not good enough to actually want to use. So it's just kind of nothingness. They do too much stuff like that. They need to go in like hard in one direction or the other. But all right, guys, that's it. I still this week I had thought of doing those other Dark Ops challenges because we spent so much time hunting the Friendship Ended one, and I never got around to it. So you guys tell me, would you rather I stream me trying to complete those other two Dark Ops challenges, you know, the sword melee only Citadel fight and the melee finishing kill for Z-Rex, or stream Grief Mode? Because it's gonna be, it sounds like right now it could be, it's gonna be at least 2 months until we get a new map, and it might be 3 months till we get a new map at this point. So it's gonna be a lot of Grief Mode, I think, going forward. So might as well stream those other two Dark Ops challenges, right? Because it's gonna be a lot of Grief Mode going forward. And where am I? The other thing I was going to stream is the only other Dark Ops that I don't have done, like from the original Dark Ops challenges, was the 1,000,000 kills. And I'm at 743,000 now, so I'm 3/4 of the way there. And I was thinking of just doing one continuous game, you know, so we would save and quit at the end of each, basically keep doing like 100 rounds per stream. Get to around 100, save and quit. Next stream, 100 to 200, save and quit. 300, 400, etc., 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 until we get to the 1,000,000 kills. I'm not even. That's a. I don't know how many. I've never gone beyond like what you can see here, around 101. And even on this map, what's my most kills? I think it's only like 22,000, something like that. Doesn't it tell you? Well, I'm gonna have to quit, but I thought it told you like the most kills you got on it when you were loading into it. I think I probably could have found it on that stats page, but whoops. But I thought about streaming something like that, but maybe that could be like a once a week thing or twice a week kind of a thing, and the other times we do like grief mode or like the other stuff. And then we could just start going back. It's this time of year when you would start going back and playing the old games anyway. So maybe I'll start doing that too. But I think grief mode, yeah, it shows you. So I have a lot of these like where it's one shy of hitting that next level. 14,000, so 15,000 kills was in 101 rounds. So to go to round 900,
Now let's get this finished.
I mean, it wouldn't be 250,000. Wouldn't be that far off, though. I don't know.
First
We could do
time
it.
in America.
Maybe. Or at least it would get us really
Just a
close,
shag down
right?
as expected.
Plus, that's just doing the save and quits, and then I'll be playing other games as well, so that could be getting us toward the million. But anyways, all right, stuff to think about. So tomorrow I will probably be on and do. Let's try Shattered Veil tomorrow. How about that? The Dark Ops challenge. Because again, I spent so much time hunting the friendship ended one, and then it turned out to be a 2-minute, 2-minute add-on basically to an old side Easter egg, which is just kind of whatever. But all right, that's it. Everybody have a great night. Have a great start to your weekend, and I will be streaming tomorrow. If not, well, maybe Saturdays kind of suck for streaming. I don't know. If not, I'll be on Sunday for sure. And then we'll do the Shattered Veil Dark Ops challenge, the new one. And then the next one we'll do will be the Citadel. Anyways, that's it, guys. Have a great night, and I'll catch you later.